Today's episode is sponsored by Future State Media, experts in off-Amazon traffic for Amazon sellers. Future State Media will build you a custom-made website to deliver sales for you on Amazon. Built to grab traffic from search engines and social media, your site can be used as a secret weapon for launching products on Amazon or just to stabilize your Amazon sales. It means you can also build an email list on autopilot. Go to futurestatemedia.com for your free guide to Google SEO for Amazon sellers today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 10K Collective podcast, the place for 6, 7, and 8-figure Amazon sellers. I'm putting a ceiling on it. If you're a 9-figure seller, I truly believe you're going to get value here because we're talking to Brad Moss, who is of Product Labs. Product Labs is one of the largest Amazon consulting and technology companies in the world, and not only the largest, one of the smartest. We're going to talk about some tactical wins in marketing in this episode. Just to remind you who Brad Moss is, he's a former business lead of Amazon Seller Central platform, so he utterly gets Amazon culture, and he was the creator of the Amazon Seller app. So yeah, tiny bit of underachievement there, Brad. I think you could retire now and you still have an amazing resume.
Right.
You know, your Wikipedia page is already looking good. So let's talk about marketing. So we talked about strategy and we were sort of ending up almost not arguing, but discussing the difference between strategy and marketing and saying, well, actually, maybe strategy can be led by positioning, which is kind of very related to marketing. So let's talk about marketing. I know that specifically email marketing is something you have a sort of incredible platform about. I'd also like to talk about DSP marketing as well, the advanced DSP Amazon thing, which is a new area that I haven't heard many people talk about. So let's kick off with email marketing. Tell us about your super duper all singing platform. It sounds quite cool. What does it do?
Yeah.
What do you do that's
So
different?
email marketing has been around for a long time, right? Since the early days, and it's good. It can be effective. It's kind of hit its point where it's not nearly as sexy as the normal PPC and advertising marketing. But we've actually developed a pretty interesting system with a group, and what it does is it's kind of like an evergreen system that keeps an audience populated for you, and it sends them in emails and advertising maybe the subject or the topic. If we're selling pencils, hey, this is the best hand position when you're writing, and kind of things like that. There's a series of kind of articles that you send these people, and what the system is that it finds people who are interested in this stuff, and then it automatically puts them into a population. If the people unsubscribe, then we fill it full of other people. So it's kind of like an infinite drip kind of campaign, where it just keeps them coming and it keeps them full. And we've seen some really high click-through rates and conversion and stuff that's on par with selling Amazon PPC or any of the other in terms of costs, even less in some ways.
Amazing.
And it's just an additional channel, right? If you're selling Amazon or even off Amazon and you need some email marketing, that if you want to really go after it, then we have this system that works really well for a lot of our clients. It's really fun, and that's why we want to let some people know that it exists, because it's brand new technology. What we're doing here.
Great. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we've done that terrible thing in content marketing, which is came straight in and said, "Hello, here's Brad. Well, we're going to tell you all about the product that he has, which you have to pay for, I guess." So, let's which, by the way, I think is fine because people need to know this stuff exists. I mean,
Yeah.
because people spend so much money in the Amazon world on different tools and platforms and stuff, and email is sort of whimpering in the corner, getting a short shrift a lot of the time. So, but
Mm-hmm.
let's back out to what do you think the basic important things are in email marketing? Well, again, let's start with classic mistakes because that often clarifies things. What are the classic mistakes you see your clients come to you with that you have to kind of change around and correct for them?
Well, there's a couple of different things. So one, most of the mistakes is people don't even do it, or they don't even think about it because it's hard, right? Many times it's the traditional concept is, oh, I got to create an email list, and then I got to create my email marketing funnels, and I got to capture people, and people drop out of my funnel, then I don't have them anymore. I got to go do something else to get more people to come back in my list. So they're always working on trying to keep their list populated. And that's why this is such a great solution for our clients, is that they come in and they don't have to keep it populated. They just have the content, and we can try out all sorts of different content. I mean, content is king. So we're A/B testing stuff all day long and saying, all right, we're going to do a campaign. This is the 7-sequence email campaign, or this is what we're dripping to them over the next 4 weeks. Hey, we got this click conversion rate. Let's adjust it here. And it doesn't even matter. You're not worrying about your people falling out and that you're losing audience, because we just put more people back in. And so you can actually treat it as a longer term, over the next 6 months, over the next 12 months, this is how we want to cultivate this list and this email marketing content to really maximize the returns for me. And, we've gotten like 20% open rates on some of the stuff that we've sent, like way high numbers for email, kind of crazy high numbers on some of the stuff that we've done.
Sounds great. So, if we were going to try and recreate the system that you've got, I mean, of course, if anyone's interested, they can come over and just remind myself. It's going to be try.productlabs.net. Is that the right sort of URL if people want to check out what that's all about? Or
So that's just connecting to us. Whether you're going to talk to us about our brand, kind of our brand, Amazon brand management service, which is our full service, or our marketing side, where it's email marketing, or Amazon marketing, or the DSP, which we'll talk about in the future, or our strategy side, our strategy and analytics we provide to sometimes private equity firms or groups that are interested in acquiring Amazon businesses, or even Amazon businesses that are operating and want to understand their business a lot better
okay.
from an outside group.
So try.productlabs.net if you want to check it out, folks, and if that is something that you might explore. But coming back to the platform. So if we wanted to create something ourselves like that, what is this mechanism, the magic mechanism by which you just refresh the list? That sounds like
you
kind of,
you probably couldn't create
yeah.
something like that
Okay.
yourself. That's why it's proprietary.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting
So
that you hand the system over to your rivals, but if we're going to do it some manually, the hard work way, rather than doing it a SaaS,
so you could continually go and um, look for people who are interested in your product. Let's just say that, or interested in your category. You would have to go out and look for um, and find people who are interested, and you got to find enough, right? I mean, in general, we have groups. Essentially, the way we set it up is we set it up so there's sessions that we guarantee. We guarantee you're going to get 5,000 clicks through this in a month, or 2,500 clicks, or whatever it might be. And then we back into the numbers. Well, we might need 50,000 people we're sending it to, or maybe 100,000 people we're sending it to. And so that's the difficulty, is finding that many people who are interested in what you're doing. And that's kind of the magic of the system that we've created here. That's pretty awesome.
well,
And
not
really
wrong
good
about that
for.
being a huge job. Sorry, interrupting you there.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that, I mean, yeah, reverse engineering that. I mean, I've done that with my own email marketing. I mean, okay, if I want to get, for example, a few thousand people more on the list, if I want to say add 5,000 people to my list over the next year, that doesn't sound like a huge number. But then you think about, okay, so I can get maybe 5% of the blog traffic to convert to email lists, and that's a rather sort of generalized number. We haven't even talked about segmentation or anything else.
Yeah.
But let's assume 5%. Okay, that's a bit of it. You're suddenly looking at 100,000 people just to get on that email list, and that means I've got to
Yeah.
drive that from, say, advertising, and a certain percentage will click through there. You're ending up with 1 million impressions quite swiftly, or 10 million
Hmm.
impressions of ads, or a lot of podcast downloads, like crazy numbers, just to end up with a few thousand people on a list, right? I mean, the numbers get quite frightening quite quickly, like when you
Yeah.
reverse engineer from the conversion rates. So, I mean, I guess you've got your proprietary answer to that. What are your other sort of approaches to building an email list? Because that's obviously one of the most important things before you can nurture the email list.
Yeah. Well, the system is set so you really don't need to build your own email list.
Mm.
But once they come through and they jump into your website and jump into the funnel, then you can start capturing all sorts of information about those people and building that list there and seeing which ones are converting, which ones come back, and using kind of the normal click funnel methods to hone those people and get them for later. Um, but once they actually come through, we actually kick them off too. If they go and buy your product, if it's like a one-time thing, it's like, great, we won't send them any more emails, and we're going to find more people to then come. So that's why it's this kind of infinite idea of an infinite list that you'll always have, and you just get to say, all right, I want this many clicks
Yeah.
um, every month. So just
It
come do
sounds
it.
pretty extraordinary. I mean, I have to say. So, yeah, that's congratulations on creating an amazing system. And I guess people just have to check that one out. So there's no sort of
Yep.
magic that we can do at home by the sound of it. So let's move on
Yeah,
to the
and we'll have something up on our website that goes into more details. So again, productlabs.ai or productlabs.net. Both those go to us, and there'll be some information about the email marketing on there if you want to find out more information.
Great. Yeah, that sounds very, very worth checking out. I mean, it depends on the scale people are doing things at, but
For sure,
sometimes
for sure.
outsourcing to somebody who's just built the thing that is going to take you 3 years of pain to do a second-rate version of
Oh yeah.
is just worth doing. So let's move on to advanced DSP. So that's, I believe, it's a demand-side platform. Is that right? What does that even
Yep.
mean? What is that?
It's Amazon's demand side platform. So it's a new to sellers kind of platform. So Amazon has several different marketing systems going on internally, and what we've seen on the third party side is that they've really emphasized on the pay per click marketing. So you're paying for someone to come in, see your ad, and then when they click on your ad, then you pay for it. The demand side platform is you can't do it on your own. So you would need to come to us, or there are other agencies that can do the DSP. But what that is that there's other spots on Amazon that your ads can be, and you may notice it, you may not notice it. But if you go to Amazon, there's ads all over the place, everywhere. Even on the home page, there's video ads that you can do for like Fire TV sticks. We can actually get ads going on those TV stations on people's Fire TVs. And then there's video ads inside of Amazon that we can do. It's basically all the other awesome ad stuff that you that you don't have access to as a 3P seller. That's what the Amazon DSP is, more or less. There's all sorts of names for sub programs, but we'll just use DSP as a catch-all. Um, but then also what the system does is Amazon for years, I mean for a long time, they've been going to other websites and advertising products to come for people to come into Amazon. So they may go to CNN, you may see your product on CNN or on Market Watch, or or wherever you might be, maybe on ESPN, whatever. There's all these ad systems, and Amazon through the DSP, you set up your products and you set up various different things, and you say go, and then they start putting it through their system, and they start showing on external websites also, in addition to Amazon. And this platform's set up in a different way in that it's not cost per click, but it's cost per million, or CPM, which is really cost per thousand, not million, but thousand impressions. And so it's on a cost per impression basis instead of a click basis. But we've seen sometimes that you get even better. Well, we've seen both where you get better results with the DSP, other times where they're not as good as the PPC. It's kind of a combination, right, of how you want to tackle it. Your ad spend. And many times what we do is we do both, right? We help clients set up on the PPC side and do all the headline ads, display page ads. And then on the DSP, we set them up there for maybe particular products or a couple of different products. We start running ads through that system.
Good. Sorry. Use of space in the London flat. My wife is about to practice on there. Oh God, I'm recording.